How AI can help real estate investors make better investment decisions for their IRA. Hey everyone, Adam Bergman here, tax attorney and founder of IRA Financial, and welcome to another episode of Adam Talks. So on this podcast, I'm going to be discussing artificial intelligence and how it can and already is making a dramatic impact on how IRA investors invest in real estate. So spent a lot of time kind of working on this, just thinking about how is AI impacting the way real estate investors, like self-directed real estate IRA investors, how is AI impacting? So I came up with a number of factors where I think AI is going to make a real difference for real estate IRA investors, and I'm already starting to see it with some of my clients. So the first is just like better market research and insight. With AI, it's so much easier to gather relevant market data. It's faster, it's quicker, it's more efficient. The traditional way to gather data, like through Google and other sources, it's super disjointed and generally limited in scope. And with AI, obviously we know like ChatGPT and some of these other learning models, they can analyze so much data so quickly from various sources and kind of spit it out to you in real time, and easy method to digest what you're actually receiving. So I think getting better analysis, market research is the first big AI enhancement I see. There's data aggregation. There's some predictive analysis that's starting in terms of future property values, geographical areas of real estate, looking at traditional themes, and then obviously the movements in the markets to try to predict where real estate will go in terms of what geographical area. And then some more micro level insights beyond broad, macro, looking at more micro granular insights into a real estate project. The second is more accurate property valuations, which we all care about, right? If you're buying a property, you want to make sure you're paying fair value. So again, it goes back to being able to digest all this data, analyze it, and spit it out in a way that we all can kind of just read it and understand it, analyze it. And when I say driven, data driven, I mean, obviously looking at location, historical prices, local economic conditions, property characteristics, things like that. And these AI learning models are getting better and better every day in terms of picking the right data, looking at it, analyzing it, and providing, in this case, better property valuations for the real estate asset you may be looking for. Whether these are more automated, more dynamic pricing models, and just some better investment scorings in terms of your potential return on investment, your ROI, AI can help play a role in making sure you're paying fair value for your real estate asset, whether it's personally owned or in your IRA. And then I think another element I looked at, how AI is and really will start impacting how IRA investors and all real estate investors invest, is through risk management and forecasting. Again, this is kind of a little bit similar to the predictive analysis, taking in research insights and being able to better manage risks from obviously like market volatility, right? Where the geographical location of the asset, looking at mitigating those risks, trying to diminish any potential problems, analyzing property's financial history, local market conditions, macro and micro conditions. And AI systems can forecast these risks much better than humans can. And it goes into risk forecasting, scenario analysis, like different market scenarios based off macro and micro economic conditions, and then maybe your portfolio diversification. All this is happening now and is getting better on a daily basis. And then another opportunity with AI is optimizing real estate investment timing, like when you actually buying. So not just making sure you're paying fair value and analyzing all the risks and your ROI, but also optimizing the actual timing of the investment, trying to time the market, which as humans not possible, but with AI's ability to analyze mountains and mountains of data quickly and efficiently, that's something that's going to be possible to some degree, right? It's still a machine learning program, so it's not perfect. No one could predict the future, as at least to what I can't. I'm not sure AI at this point can either. But it can analyze factors like interest rates, housing demand, economic growth, macro and micro, and kind of pinpoint timing to buy and sell property, especially on the sale side in terms of where interest rates will go. And we're seeing that right now, where interest rates are coming down and people are thinking about, hey, is this a good time to buy or sell? And AI at some point will be able to tell us, hey, this is the time to buy in this asset, in this location, this price point, or this is a good time to unload. And it's going to look at market cycles. It's going to be able to adjust in real time, and it's going to have very dynamic real time strategies. So I'm super excited about that. And another thing I think that AI is doing already is property management. So on the property management side, AI is having a real impact, lowering costs in terms of assisting managing real estate properties, automate and optimize tasks like tenant screening, lease management, maintenance, scheduling, streamlining operation, reducing costs, obviously trying to ensure higher tenant satisfaction. And obviously, we know as real estate investors, if you can keep your property management costs down and you can actually try to reduce them, I mean, that's just more alpha, more juice in your pocket in terms of profit and opportunity. So that's happening already. I already read a bunch of articles and talked to some property management companies that are already utilizing AI in terms of optimizing tasks, having the tenant streamline process more efficient, and trying to find ways to reduce costs to managing the property. And it's about automated tenant screening, maintenance optimization, smart lease management, things like that. That's already happening. And I think all this is going to lead to the democratization of real estate investments. People are going to have more confidence buying and selling real estate because AI is going to be like your personal assistant slash, real estate agent slash market analysis slash CPA. So I think this is going to make alternative assets like real estate more open to the general public because it's not going to be as intimidating because people are going to be like, oh, I could just go on an AI learning model and I could, figure all this out. And I think that's something that is going to be very helpful to all real estate investors. Starting, now. It's already occurring in the present, and it's going to continue, I think, and get even better. So that's what I'm super excited about for AI. But overall, I think it's going to not only help. I actually think AI is going to help alternative asset investors more than traditional because there's already so many tools for buying and selling stocks or mutual funds, ETFs. But for alternative assets like real estate, not as much. So that's coming. It's here, but it's just really starting, and I think it's super exciting because it's going to make all of us, whether we use an IRA or not, better, more efficient, more successful real estate investors. So hope you're excited as much as I am because AI is here, it's coming, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see its impact on the economy, on tech jobs, but for investors in the alternative asset space, I think it's going to be a huge boom, a huge benefit. And I'm super excited to kind of just play around with all this stuff and see how it helps make better investments, reduce property management costs, and overall, hopefully, increase our ROI on our real estate investments. So thank you for listening if you're watching on YouTube. Appreciate it. Comments, questions, please leave them. Really appreciate all the support. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm trying to keep these podcasts as short as possible. I know people are busy, and there are sometimes more enjoyable things to watch and listen to than IRAs and real estate. But this one's cool. This is AI. This is fun. So thanks again. Have a great day, and I'll see everyone again next week. Thanks.